What's up, everybody?
What's power?
We are here.
Back at it again.
Back at it again. Done again. No, I'm playing.
Okay.
Let's see.
How y'all feeling?
What's good?
Hope y'all feeling good. I hope y'all feeling all right.
Mm-hmm. We are finally here. Got some stuff going on. Let me see. I'm doing some touching up. I'm gonna try and see if I can make this thing larger.
Hope y'all enjoyed y'all I don't know.
3-day weekend?
Yeah, there you go.
Basically. This is a 3-day weekend. Anywho.
National Barbecue Day. I hope y'all barbecue for National Barbecue Day.
Of course. Speaking of such, hey, is the chat supposed to pop up on the side? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Hey, if you chose that view, yes.
Is that the thumbnails view?
No. Not popping up for you?
Well, it's not changing nothing.
It'll be blank until something
pops up.
Yeah.
Speaking of such, where are you about to post the main link?
I'm not on the thing.
Okay. That's right.
Be patient with us, y'all. We getting everything set up.
Yep, we getting our lives together. Let me see.
First time using this setup.
Yeah.
In our natural habitat.
We're changing. Look, we're updating. Upgrading everything, baby. Updating everything. Let's see. As I said, the topic today is called I Don't Hate You, But I Don't Like You. I'm sure some people are going to be kind of curious about what that really means. Let's see. I want to see if it's popped up on the page yet.
I'm looking. I don't see it.
That's weird.
What's up, everybody? Everybody.
Shit.
Pop off the.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay, so it just popped. I got the link from YouTube. We got one person watching on Twitch. That's nice.
Shout out to those on Twitch.
Yes, indeed. Drop a comment. Let us know who you are. Say what's up. Feel free. Also, share your initial thoughts of what you thought when you saw the title. I'm curious to know.
First thing that come to mind when y'all see the title of the video.
Right.
Or the live stream. By the way, this was Nero's choice. So he's going to lead us once we get some more people in.
Yep.
In terms of what we're going to be talking about tonight.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun.
For those of y'all who missed the memo, also, we're now streaming on Twitch as well.
Yep.
So if you are a Twitch streamer or a Twitch connoisseur, we just opened up another avenue for y'all.
Right.
Made it that much easier. Or at least we tried to.
Yeah, we try to make it make sense. We're trying to make it make sense.
How do we sound? Do we sound good?
Yeah, let us know. Let's see. But yeah, in case you didn't know, we go by the Black in a Minute podcast. I go by Nero Angelo.
And I go by the Dark King Poet. That's dark skin with a G on the end.
Yes, sir. So, we like to talk about various subjects on here. And this is definitely one in particular that is, I think will be interesting. Let me see. Let me type this.
Hope you guys had a good day at work. For those of y'all who worked, if you're still at work, check this out later on. The replays will be available.
Right. Okay, it does pop up here.
Sweet. You see it now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Trying to make sure it's on everywhere. I think the only thing we didn't get was was the group thing. I think that's the only one that didn't work. Which I guess that's okay.
We'll worry about it later.
Yeah. Because what I'm going to do...
Go ahead and share this, y'all.
Yep.
Tell your friends.
Share it up. Let us know. Let it be known. Let me see.
We're trying to get international.
We definitely hope to. Let me see. But yeah, if you guys are on here, let's get some likes. Somebody say what's up. Say what's good. Let us know what's going on. Let's see.
Excuse me.
You're good. He's got a bad case of the sniffles.
Allergies.
Allergies are trash. Allergies are complete trash. Let's see. I'm just checking the YouTube.
Thanks, whoever's in here. Please go ahead and like that video for us. We'd appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
If you can, share it with other people you know.
We do.
It's as simple as pressing a button.
Yeah, we do have one like on here, so that's good.
Cool, appreciate
There's one
you.
person, but we got one like on here. Let me see. About to hit something up. Should be able to let us read those. See what people are saying.
Y'all know the demo. We gonna give it about 15, 20 before we really hit the ground.
Yeah, get knee deep in it. Let me see something.
If y'all hear any pitter patter, that is the rain. We are in an aluminum studio buildings of sorts. So if you hear that, we are sorry for the inconvenience. These are Shure mics, so
they catch everything.
Yeah,
they literally catch everything. Let me see. Let's see what's up. But yeah, we're gonna try and get a few more people on here. See what's going on. I'm like trying to monitor everything. Oh, you really can hear it. All right, we got 3 people on the YouTube, so we should have 3 likes, right?
Shout out. Thank you for joining us.
We appreciate y'all. We really do. Hold on. Let me
the main discussion will start soon. We're just waiting for more people to hop in. If you want that discussion to start even sooner, help us out. Share this with people that you know.
And drop some comments and suggestions, like, you know, what your thoughts are, things of that nature.
Straight up.
Let me see something. About to drop the store link on here too. Let's see. along with our main hub.
Hope y'all having a good day wherever you are. Thank you for joining us on the Black in a Minute podcast.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
For those of y'all who've been living under a rock, we are now available via Twitch.
Yep.
Also, we have merchandise.
Link just got posted.
It's in the beta phase right now.
Right.
So we will only get better and add more items from this point onward.
Yes, sir. And that's pretty much the idea. Basically, it's going to be based on y'all. What y'all like, what y'all prefer, you know, what things are appealing to you. That's really what's going to be the big draw there. Let's see.
So what do you guys think about the title of the video?
All right. What are your thoughts on that? Along with that, what are situations where you feel like you would have to say something like this, or you would have to relate a title like this and basically say where you're dealing with somebody you don't necessarily hate, but, oh, Keontae said, I'm in the car. Well, it says you're the car. Sup? What's up, bro? But yeah, what do you think are situations, since you're on here, where you would feel like you'd have to say that, where you don't necessarily hate somebody, but you also don't necessarily like them either, you know? What situations do you feel like would make you feel that way?
Let us know something.
Is that something I'm really curious about?
Thank you if you're just now joining us. I see we got 4 people on the stream.
Yep.
Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. We do this thing every Thursday between 7 and 7:30.
So for those who are Twitch streamers, this is going to be a regular thing for us. Young Diablo said, what up? What's good? What's good? What's good? But also, feel free to answer the question that's on the top. Let me see if I can pin that. Can I pin that from here?
You should be able to. If I sound like I'm sick, it's just because because one, allergies, 2, I just came back from vacation and I'm drained.
That's because,
for lack of a better term.
That's because allergies are absolute trash.
So it's a combination of things. I'm worn out. It didn't wore me out.
Right. That's why. Hold on. There we go. Pin message. There we go. We got 3 people watching. We should have 3 likes.
Go ahead and share this.
For real, for real.
Put it out.
Let the people know what's good and what's up.
What's going on? What's power?
We need to know. We need to know. Okay. Keontae says, I've been in that situation like that before, and mainly it was because of a transition of me hating them to forgive them. Okay. I can definitely feel that. So basically, it was something you had to grow out of. Okay. But at the same time, understanding that I don't want them in my life and I don't like them. Okay. And see, I feel like that's a very mature way to look at it. You know, I don't think it's really worth it or necessary to hate anybody. That's just how I personally feel. But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be buddy-buddy with them. That doesn't mean you have to pretend to be their friend, because that's about as fake. And, well, I won't say that's fake, but like, that's about as time consuming as hating them. Because now you have to put in a concentrated effort in trying to make nice with somebody who you probably don't even want to be around anymore, for all intents and purposes. You like the new stream setup? Hey, much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated. Look, This took effort, a lot of luck, and Google. So
And some money.
yeah, some money. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. That's why we need y'all to buy this merch so we get some money back.
You can buy the merch. We also have support links to where you can directly just send some cash our way.
Yep. Cash App, PayPal, we got both.
We got all of that. All you got to do is go to the Flow page. Has everything you need.
Yes,
Check under the
indeed.
support tab.
Dude,
It's right under. It's right under the shirts, so you can't miss it.
Exactly. Let's see. Let me check something. Also, if anybody's in need of beats, I can actually drop that link too. I sell beats as well. All
He
these
does
beats are
this.
mine. So, yeah, I do that. Tis a thing. Tis a thing. Let's see. Let me go ahead and post that. And okay, Keontae said, honestly, something about this situation came up past few months and it kind of brought to the front of my mind that I might not be completely over it because it hasn't been resolved or well talked about. See, that's another important part, communication, getting an understanding of what's going on in your own circle. Because to be honest and be real, you know, a lot of us, especially as adults or as they call millennials, you know, people in our generation, we have a lot of issues with communication. We have a lot of problems with communication. And as a result of that, we cause a lot of inner divides amongst ourselves. Just because we either don't know how to establish that level or grade of communication, or we make no effort to do so. You know what I'm saying?
I would say, based off of what you said, Keontae, sounds like you need some closure.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I hear when I read and I see all of that. And let me tell y'all something. I feel like we live in a day and age in this culture where closure is very, very slept on and not respected.
That's true.
It's like arrogance and the feeling of embarrassment has made it so hard for people to get closure.
Yes.
For people to confront people in a respectful and mature manner to essentially resolve past issues. That doesn't mean that you have to continue being friends. That could be the last conversation that you truly have with that person.
Right.
Sometimes it's like that. You know?
Young Diablo said, you got to do me extra dirty to make me feel that way about a person. Right. So, like, there are going to be people that push you to that level. I mean, there's no secrets about that. But to be honest, once that I hate you go phase, that I hate you phase go by, I guess she's still typing. But yeah, I'm gonna let you finish the sentence.
I would just say that personally, I don't hate nobody. I haven't hated. I haven't hated a person in a while, in years. Even now, like I have people who I don't associate with, if not at all anymore. And the thing is, I don't hate them though.
No.
Just because I don't talk to you, don't mean I hate you. Even if I already know you, doesn't mean I hate you. I don't hate nobody. I don't really have the time or the energy for that.
Oh, you all good. Okay, here's what she said. But to be honest, once that I hate you phase goes by, you kind of just learn that forgiving is a thing, but so is never forgetting how that person made you feel. Got to boss up on people and be the bigger person. My bad, I just got my nails done, so it's hard to type. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I feel you. I'm kind of in the same vein. I don't necessarily have to hate you, but I also don't have to deal with you either. And I think that's something that we as Black folk deal with on an acute level. Like, because of the way the culture is, because of the way that, you know, we're taught to be, and because of all the things that we face as a people, it's hard for us to bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying? And even when we do, it's still difficult. It's still one of those things where you almost feel indebted to be amicable or likable to your own. You know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because nobody else, in our experiences, in a lot of cases, nobody else really treats us with that level of respect or that level of adoration. So as a result, we feel it necessary to lend that support unquestionably to our people. And I'm not saying we shouldn't lend support, but I'm saying that the unquestionably part should be checked on just a bit. Just because of the fact that people do nefarious things. People do things that are questionable and things that are not okay. You know what I'm saying? And they have to get checked on that. White, black, yellow, red, you know what I mean? It don't matter. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to others. You owe it to anyone you deal with to be level and firm with them and to be very decisive and very straightforward about the things that bother you when it concerns them. You know what I'm saying?
I think here's my thing. I feel like in these conversations, what probably doesn't get talked about enough is vengeance and, you know, just the concept of revenge and getting even and getting back at people.
Yep.
I think that matters because I think that, you know, typically what happens is that folks get in this space where what's going on? What's power? Folks get in this space
What's up?
where, you know what I'm saying? This person wronged me. I got to get back at them. And I think I'm a firm believer in two wrongs don't make a right. I wasn't always that person though, y'all. I used to be the type of person, I got to get my lick back in. You hit me? I'm going to hit your ass back.
He's delivered now.
I'm delivered now. Plus, if we talking fighting, then I definitely do realistically got to hit your ass back. But if we're talking non-physical things, we talking non-physical issues, I dead a lot of shit.
You have to.
I don't have to talk to you again. If I feel like what you done did is dishonest, if I feel like you done betrayed me, any of that kind of stuff, I don't have to deal with you. I really feel that's kind of like where I kind of feel that's where like the whole culture of ghosting people came from too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's this whole, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you no closure. You're probably not gonna give me the type of closure or respect that I want.
Right.
So I'm just gonna push on. You know, I literally had that happen to me.
Yeah.
I had somebody that was close to me. Somebody that I called a friend.
Right.
I was a female a few years ago.
Right.
Out of the blue, just stopped speaking to me. I didn't know
reason.
why. I tried to reach out and figure out why I could not get in contact with her. Asked one of her friends, yo, what's going on with so-and-so?
Right.
What did I do to her? And she act like she can't answer the phone. She can't speak to me or nothing. I finally saw that same chick like a couple months ago this year. She
What's
probably
good,
definitely ain't listening either.
What's good, Sonny? What's good with you?
But
Hey,
you know, shout out
to Sonny Teray and the Fire This Time podcast. as
What's
well.
Power?
You know, I think
We gonna
y'all
post that in the links. And
I think y'all
description.
just dropped an episode talking about the Sha'Carri. I forgot her last name.
Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Which, if y'all want to talk about that, we can talk about that too.
Oh, bruh, I gotta stop you. Her name is Sha'Carri.
Sha'Carri, is it really Sha'Carri?
That's her name.
Okay.
And I only said that because she
Okay.
made a video. It's Sha'Carri.
It really
With her
is.
fingernails,
Okay.
It's Sha'Carri.
All right.
But
I've been wrong before. But yeah,
nah,
man, what's good, family?
I had to take that moment. But yeah, what's going on, brother?
This man just hitting us with truth bombs. But yeah, this brother and his homie Aki the G, his fellow partner, he be on it, man. He be putting works in. Let's see. Thank you for doing that, LMAO. Look, y'all be having to get me right. Sonny said, much love, y'all. Get back to old girl that went ghost.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
look, check it out. Basically, because I mean, it ain't really much nothing there when you talk about people ghosting you because they're gone, right?
Right.
But I saw her a few months ago. She came into my job. Was the funny thing.
Word.
And she was trying to get something done, right? She was getting some work done.
Okay.
And
Okay.
somebody called me up for like they needed a manager for something. All right.
Right.
And so, I come up there, I'm like, what's going on? And as I'm handling the situation, I like look that way and I keep going, I was like, what's that? And then I kind of like, when you do your little, what I'm saying, your little, what I'm saying? I had to, anybody with glasses, y'all know how to look that. I ain't got the Charlemagne ones where I can do that, but you get it. So I was like, oh my goodness, that's her. And I had a moment.
Yeah.
And a very crucial moment came about me, y'all. And if y'all have ever been in such a type of situation like this, y'all know the moment I'm talking about. The moment where you ask yourself, do you say something to this person?
Yeah, I feel that.
And what did I do? I said nothing. Why? Because one, I had got over it. But two, and most importantly, ultimately, whether I still felt wrong or not,
right?
She did what she felt was comfortable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I have to respect that because I also have to put myself in those shoes. But what if it was somebody I didn't want to be bothered with? Even though I don't rock that way.
Right.
You know, I'm confrontational, but in a very resolving and problem solving kind of way. I want to get to the bottom of something.
Right.
Get
to the root of it.
Right. Even if you got an actual problem with me, I want you to talk to me first. Unless it's one of those things where you feel you need to get physical, which is a whole different subject that don't require speaking. But otherwise, we can talk about this. We supposed to be grown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, I've been in a situation like that as well. Where, most people that know me know about this situation. Where legitimately I got put in a situation where the individual, I ain't gonna say no names, wasn't saying nothing to me. Things were not being communicated to me, but things were being communicated to a lot of people in our circle, in my circle, about issues and whatnot. I had to find out why the static was there. I didn't even know the static was there. You know what I mean? Nothing was communicated to me. Now, I'm not necessarily mad or bothered about the fact that somebody had static with me. I'm more bothered by the fact that nobody told, the person didn't tell me. I found out from others, you know what I'm saying? She said, ooh, chill. But look, chill. But for real though, like just being perfectly honest and perfectly straight up, I don't like the idea of having static with somebody and not even knowing why, you know what I mean? If you gonna have issue with me, let me know why. Don't let me find out from somebody else. Like if it was me, I wouldn't want you to find out from somebody else because somebody else could tell you anything. You know what I mean? For all intents and purposes, they could be lying, they could be fronting about it. They could be trying to put you in a bad way and make you look bad to somebody else.
Hey y'all, real quick, how's the music? The beats ain't too loud or anything. Like y'all can hear us good.
We just
like,
need to know.
Audio sounds good across the board, right?
Because we can tell, but we can't tell.
Right. Just give us a yeah or something.
Like thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah, that works. Hey, we got 6 people in here. Yeah. According to this damn stat, we only got 3 likes. Y'all, we need y'all to like this up. Like this up like some of that other non-progressive bullshit that you watch on YouTube. Come on now.
All right, Sonny said we sound good. It's a little loud, but I can still hear you. Okay, bet. Thank you.
You drop it down just like a little.
Yeah, I'm dropping down, bitch.
We're going to drop it down just a little.
There you go. Some of the beats are a little louder than others.
Yeah, it's a little loud, but I can still hear.
That's part of what that is. We're still perfecting the craft, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's one of those things where I've had to make that choice a lot in life. Where I've had to choose to just not deal with somebody, not hate them. Go through the effort of being like, you know what, I'm gonna write something angry on Facebook or something else.
Oh man, the subbing, please,
the bar
y'all.
Gonna say not liking nothing, looks at the dislike, but boy, don't get beat up.
You cutting up.
You tripping.
I don't care if you my brother. I told you about that. Hey,
look, stop embarrassing me in front of company.
Look, hey, yeah, one job. No, but yeah, we've all had some form of that situation. And here's the thing. Ultimately, I'm going to tell y'all in a general sense when it comes to situations like this, do whatever is the most positive and beneficial. Keyword, positive and beneficial. Because some of y'all be doing beneficial things, but they're negative.
Yes.
And by them being negative, I mean it benefits you,
but it hurts the other person.
It hurts the other person. And that's when you're still on that vengeance-ish.
Yeah.
You can do something positive. By positive, I mean something that's forward moving, like being the bigger man.
Yes.
And it still benefits you, and you can let it go.
Ooh, we got 8 people on the YouTube.
Yo, it's power.
We need FOMO likes then.
Can we get FOMO likes, y'all? Please and thank you. We'd appreciate
y'all. Just even it out. Even us out. You know? But anywho, but yeah, for real. Like, and it's a tough situation to be in because it's easy for your inner petty to get activated. It's easy for your inner petty to be like, are they gonna be like that to you? Get them back. Say something wild. You know you got something in the chamber. You know, because if you know anybody any length of time, all of us got dirt on each other, whether we say it or not, whether we like to say it or not, whether we prefer to have it or not. So that's always something that's in the chamber, so to speak.
Especially when you got especially when you got friends, exes, associates, all that kind of stuff. You never truly know what somebody gonna do. One of the things about me though, at least how I live my life these days, I don't regret things. I really haven't regretted stuff probably since high school. And my reasoning for it is I can't go back in time.
Yeah.
And so for that, you can take back things you say, but not really. Like once you said it and it's heard,
it's out there.
You already said it.
You didn't put it down to the world.
Even if you apologize, the apology may be heard, but the original statement or action probably will always be remembered.
Ooh, our first Twitch post comment, GhostHand246. People feel pressured into being in a toxic relationship, but does nothing but reinforce one's bad habits. It only gets worse. Yeah. I know it's that word, but like for real. No, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I ain't disagree.
Look.
I'm saying because what a comment.
Oh yeah, it's true, but it is very true. When you're dealing with somebody who brings out negative aspects of your personality or negative aspects of what makes you, you're going to end up in a situation where things get worse for you. Because you're going to become worse. You're gonna feel compelled to match their energy. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we had a little connection issue. Let's Yeah.
We good?
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Thomas Grimm III said, "What you do daily compounds. Day after, it's like day after fat." Yeah, that's true. I feel that because it's very true. And that's what you gotta worry about it. You know, day after day. I thought you were saying like day after fat. That's. I was like, I kind of like that phrase, but no, for real, it is true. Negativity, just like positivity, they compound upon each other. So you create your own monsters effectively in a lot of situations. You have to be very careful about that because you can become your own worst version of yourself. The one thing that you hate just by trying to respond back to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no good.
I want to normalize us just. I know this is gonna sound very cliche. Even just me starting off with normalizing anything sounds cliche, but to make it worse, I really want to normalize us having more accountability and putting more weight in our choices.
Bro, who said burritos are food? Outlaws Ghost M. Hold up, is that Mocha?
It is.
How you gonna troll on the same thing twice?
On a different account because it's his logic. Two views. But
burritos are indeed food.
In the scope of toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I learned this twice. Do not let shared experiences of trauma, aka trauma bonds, motivate you to be in relationships with people, especially romantic ones, because not even that are not good for you, period. Because the thing of the matter is that if both of y'all still in a place of suffrage, y'all not just gonna magically uplift each other out of that. That's not how it works. No. Stop expecting people to be your personal therapist because you expect them to love you unconditionally. Don't do that. It ain't right to the next person, and it really ain't right to yourself. You are cheating yourself and that person. Yeah. It's bound, not absolute guarantee, but it's bound to fail. People need help. If that means you got to self-check. If you can't self-check, get professional help. I'm tired of people talking about, oh, this is expensive. Most of y'all are paying for insurance. See if it's covered in your insurance. A lot of people's therapy is actually covered in some form of insurance that they have. Also, there are cheaper alternatives. Google's your friend, bruh. There are plenty of centers and places in your local community where you can get access to these services at reduced prices. You might even know somebody that might have a hookup.
True that. Let's see. Let's get these comments. Sonny Toure said, that's a bar. Trauma bonds make bad cycles seem predestined. Woo. My boy Javar said, say it again. Look, Ghost Hand 246 said, also, if your friends pressure you into going along with someone who makes you feel bitter and miserable, they are not your friends and they don't care about your mental health. Preach that.
Facts.
Preach that. Because it's very true. If you have people that are trying to pressure you into doing something that is corrosive and not conducive to your environment, yeah, you need to get them up out of your space. You do. It's just the absolute truth. Thomas Grimm III says therapy is key to learning how to deal with situations. You learn how to deal in self-check as well as holding yourself accountable is the hardest thing, but the most key thing to success. Yes. And what do we know about things that are important? They're usually not easy.
Nope.
If anything, these are things that, look, for all my church folk, you die daily to. You die daily to a lot of these negative things. It's not like you wake up one day and you decide, you know what, I don't want to be a negative person no more. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do that no more.
Right.
And that works out for about a day, for a couple weeks, and then something will come up to test you. I know because it's happened to me. Something will come up to test to see just how much you can take before you start slipping into your old petty ways.
And
it's the truth, man.
I'm gonna say something. It might be unpopular. I need y'all to not be afraid. And hear me when I say this. I need y'all to not be afraid to question your feelings about things and people. And let me try to explain it further. Basically, sometimes we have this understood thought that our feelings cannot be questioned by anyone, right? And it's to the point that we don't even question it.
Right.
And really what I'm talking about is those, man, am I tripping? Those moments, right? The am I tripping? Am I thinking about this clearly?
Right. Also, thank you, Ghost Hand 246 for the follow on Twitch. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.
Most definitely. We'll be here every week.
Join us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Twitch.
Yes.
But I mean what I say when I say that. It is okay for you to question some shit you feeling.
Yeah.
It is very okay. If you got a problem with anybody else questioning it, hey, I'm playing devil's advocate, say, hey, that's cool, that's on you. But you, the individual, you better be going through that and like, does it make sense for me to feel this way?
Yeah.
Because sometimes what you may find is that, yes, you may be overreacting to something.
Right.
Or you're projecting.
Right. And projecting is the one that tends to happen the most often because it's the easiest one to do. It's too easy. It's entirely too easy for you to project negative feelings and negative vibes onto somebody else just because you're having a bad day, just because you feel deficient. You know, it's easy to do.
Yeah, very.
Let's see. GoSand 246 says feelings are by their very nature diffuse and subjective. That's why it's so important to listen to people's feedback on how you're feeling, especially about personal insecurities. You are dropping jewels today, sir. But you're right. You're very right. Feelings are important, but interpreting feelings is just important, if not more. It's very true because they are subjective. They change.
And there's people, like we said before, that it is their job to do that. A lot of us have discernment issues where we can't sift through things, and that's okay. A lot of us have been affected by things. Most people, man, I don't remember the exact percentage. So I'm not even gonna throw it out. But basically, some of us naturally will come into this world. I think it's between 25 and 33%. Before all said and done, will be considered mentally ill. And most of that mental illness comes from childhood traumas and things.
Unresolved issues.
So most of us already got problems as it is right now, whether we've accepted that we're the type that need therapy or not. Like, y'all, just because you ain't in somebody's hospital,
right,
or clinic,
just because you're not clinically diagnosed, just because you don't have a big blaring sign that says that you have issues doesn't mean you don't have issues.
Right.
Everybody has issues. That's the big secret. That's the big grand secret. Everybody has issues.
And specifically where this ties into the title of this video is that a lot of people who do have some of these issues stem from some sort of social dynamic. You got plenty of people who have personality disorders.
Yes.
You have plenty of people who suffer from anxiety. A lot of these type of illnesses do play off of the dynamic of dealing with and interacting with people.
Yes.
And when people treat you a way that makes you feel terrible, it's heightened. Your every feeling that you would otherwise normally feel is heightened.
Yeah, because
especially when you mentally
it's coming from somebody who you actually feel some type of way about. GoSand 246 said, as someone who has some mental issues, I was only able to contain negative thoughts with professional help and medication after years to refusing help out of pride. Don't ever let pride cause you suffering. Yes. And you hit on a very important point. Pride will block you from a lot. You know, especially us as men, because we really need to hear this. Us as men, we are not very in tune with our feelings. We're not very good at expressing our feelings. And more importantly, we're not good at interpreting them. Hey, yeah, look, it do sound familiar, don't it, bro? Sonny got his hands on this one. But man. for real though, it is literally one of those things where our inner pride as men, you know, telling us, I don't need help. I can just power through it. You can't keep that up. You can't always keep that momentum up. As you age, as you grow, like mentally, as you grow physically, as you develop more in life, your resistance to certain things are going to change.
For sure.
Thank you, Aaron Owens. Much appreciated.
Yep. Appreciate you, bro.
You know, your resistance to things is going to change. If you keep trying to fight against these things that are essentially making your life hell, eventually they're going to win unless you find some way to get that out of your system. And the only way you're going to get it out of your system, the first step is acknowledging that one, it exists, that two, it is taking up a significant amount of space in your mind, and that it's doing something that is affecting you. And then three, finally dealing with the problem, finding the solution.
One of my best pieces of advice when it comes to that mind, that rent-free in your head, is control the controllables. I think Zig Ziglar is the person who made that original quote.
I think you quoted that another time.
It's one of my favorites, bro. I'm sure I've quoted it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Control the controllables. Stop worrying about stuff that is not within your control.
No.
If it's above you, it's above you. Let it be.
And it's okay if it is. And if it bothers you, it bothers you. It's okay if it does.
But even in saying that, though,
You're a human being.
If you cannot control it,
Mm-hmm.
chances are you can't get closure from it or resolve it.
Right.
So there are some things that you do have to learn to let go.
Right.
Not everything is as serious as you think it is, especially if it doesn't have control of your life. Sometimes some of us be stressing about other people's business,
Yes.
other people's problems
Yes.
elsewhere. Why?
And be trying to maintain and manage it.
Yeah, it's like, why are you trying to micromanage a situation
That ain't even yours.
that ain't even yours?
Yeah.
Taking on other people's problems. We all know somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta help this person out because hold on.
And it's okay to help. You just have to figure out where your dividing line is when it comes to help.
Yeah, know when where you're overextending yourself. Know when you're doing that.
And usually your first indication is when you want it more than they do.
Yep.
When you seem to want recovery for them and betterment for them more than they do, that's your dividing line right there. That's when you need to back off.
Or when you can't stop thinking about it and it has nothing, generally speaking, to do with you.
Yes. Because that's just going to get in your way.
If that means you might have to be, direct with people, because we do also live in a day and age where that's a problem too.
Yes.
Then do it.
Mm-hmm.
If they really somebody that truly cares about you, say a relative or a friend,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna understand.
Mm-hmm. An interesting thing that I thought of, not to veer too far off topic, with the, did you say Sha'Carri? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? The Sha'Carri Richardson situation. One thing that I've noticed, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, or let me know if you've had an experience like this. Have y'all noticed that people have a serious problem when you own up to something you've done wrong, but don't offer any sort of excuse, flimsy or otherwise? If you just say, I messed up, I made a bad decision, and I'm owning that, and that's it. You don't say, well, I did this because of this, or I made this decision because of this. No, I did wrong. I acknowledge that it's wrong. I know that it's wrong. I'm sorry.
So here's my thing. Since you brought it up,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she apologized. I didn't get an apology from her statement. But what I did get from her statement was her holding herself accountable.
Right.
She knew what she did was wrong. As far as my personal opinion regarding her situation, I do have sympathy for her.
Right.
I know what it's like to, lose somebody close to me like that. Most of us do.
Right.
A mother or a father.
Mm-hmm.
Though, as far as the weed portion of this conversation is concerned, the way I see it is, she knew the rules,
Right.
and she knew she broke them. She's not apologizing, which I don't think she needs to anyway.
No. She
But also
but
she
she
knew what
owned up.
she owned up to
what
it.
she did.
But because what would be the reason for lying?
Right.
Now, yes, she did say that, and there's gonna be sympathy that comes from it.
Right.
Some people gonna feel a type of way if they smoke or don't smoke weed,
Right.
which is a whole nother avenue that this conversation has went crazy with.
Oh yeah, it's gotten
That's a
wild.
whole nother thing. People are really chiming in on this conversation. Some people are bringing race up into it. All I
Right.
know is this. I wish her the best. I know this isn't the end of her endeavors,
Absolutely not.
and it's only going to lead to bigger doors opening for her, just based off the strength that people do have sympathy and feel sorry for the series of events. So I'm not worried about her. I do take more of an issue with some of the more lopsided opinions on it.
Mhm.
You got people who are, I don't think it's the clearest racial type of dynamic thing we seeing going on here,
Right.
but people will spin it that way.
I think a lot of the reason that's happening is because there were other cases where other black women, more specifically, were actually being put in similar situations. Like one of them was being held to task because they said her testosterone levels were too high, which that is a natural thing. Some women's testosterone levels are higher than what you would consider normal or nominal. So with that, and that was one issue. And I think there was another issue that was happening
So-
around the same time.
And look, that's the thing.
So it causes that snowball effect of
I feel
y'all
like-
just don't freak with black women this year. You know
I feel like a lot of it, to me,
Mhm.
some of it is quantified and some of it is not. I feel like a lot of what's being argued is semantics,
yeah,
or basically little intricate details that
can be pieced together.
can
It's
be
a
pieced
slippery-
together
it's a
to make
slippery
a
slope.
point,
Right,
but not enough to
For-
dismiss
right.
the overarching point.
Let me see. Ghost Hand 246 says people are too involved into a judgmental mentality today due to dehumanization caused by social media. Not being able to talk face to face messes with people's perception of regret and redemption. Yeah, I would say that social media has definitely skewed our perception of what is redeemable and what is not, because a lot of things are considered irredeemable now.
I think
Yeah. Oh, Keontae said too high testosterone, but trans women can compete against other natural born women. Interesting. Yeah, I noticed that too. Which
Excuse
that
me,
was also
I'm
interesting
terrible at
around that thing. And I'm just like, okay, that's a interesting combination. What's good, Cedric? What's good with you, bro?
I want to say something to Ghost's comment.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though, Ghost. We also have to. This is the reality of the situation: is that by design, we are creatures who will judge.
Mm-hmm.
Some people commit actions with their judgments,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, with a few exceptions, but for the most part, those are the people that we need to hold their feet to the fire.
Right.
Because the thing is that all judgments really come down to our opinions, and everybody's got one.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with you in a general sense as far as like social media and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it though, because I feel like social media and its impact is like the direct de facto excuse for human behavior.
Because before this it was TV and mass media. So
Sure.
social media has basically taken that spot as the main thing that angry middle-aged moms will blame on why their kids be wilding out.
Because
But
you know what it makes me think about though? Like, it makes me think, because I like to talk a lot about nature and tribalism and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It makes me just think back to probably more primitive civilizations where
Right.
these things didn't exist. And so we had the real rudimentary version of people interacting with each other without
Right.
distraction,
Mm-hmm.
and how the hierarchies and stuff were created then. And I've just came to the conclusion that to some degree people were still doing it. The
Yeah.
thing of the matter is that just like what he said with the face-to-face part, you had to just directly interact with people, or you didn't at all.
You had to say it to their face.
Or
And-
you did right, or you
Right.
didn't say it at all.
And you notice the energy is different. The energy is always different when somebody says something directly to your face versus when they say it to somebody else, or when they say it through another vehicle or catalyst.
I got a bar that I came up with. It's an older bar.
Let them know.
The internet is public opinion put on a pedestal for insecure ignorance.
Yeah.
And the thing is I'm more careful with how I blame social media in terms of its involvement in things, just
Right.
because I also hold myself accountable for my usage of social media.
Right.
And I know I'm just an individual, right? But when people have these greater conversations, you would hope that the people who have these opinions about how terrible or problematic social media can be don't
Mhm.
participate in the machine that is social media. But what world do we live in?
Right.
That's right.
And to be real, once again, that goes into being complicit and understanding your hand in the things that happen, your hand in the things that occur. If you don't have an understanding of that, you will doom yourself to failure and to be hypocritical. And that's just the truth. And people by extension nature are hypocritical. Let's see. Ghost-Hand 246 said, I agree. People should be held accountable for their actions. It's just that social media makes that whole process harder. Tone and tact don't come across that well through text. Yes. But you are right. You can't blame social media for everything. Yes. Because all it is, it's just like with alcohol or any sort of drugs. It doesn't add anything to
y'all
you.
work communications.
Yeah. It doesn't add anything to you. It doesn't make something new. it amplifies whatever is already naturally in you. So if you're acting in this way through the vehicle that is social media, it's because you already had these thoughts, these feelings, these tendencies inside of you. You just now have a vehicle by which you can put that out to the world. You can make it known. You can make it apparent. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally what we're dealing with. That's why you get a lot of these little fake accounts that pop up on YouTube and post random comments and talk all manner of crazy stuff. That's why you look at something as tame and as simple as like a live stream of like Looney Tunes episodes, and you'll see racist comments in the freaking live stream for no reason whatsoever. No prompting, no nothing. That's literally what that is.
Yeah. No,
It's people being able to express their little baby ids that they haven't been able to feed for the large bulk of their lives because they can't say this stuff out loud without getting the snot beat out of them. So now they hop on the internet and they be like, I'm going to type
the
this.
keyboard warriors, the keyboard courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Twitter fingers be going wild.
yeah, I cannot disagree with that. But back to the premise at hand, I don't hate you.
Right.
But I don't like you.
Right.
It is what it is. You just do you, and I'm gonna do me.
Yep. And it's interesting because you have issues like that where if you express an opinion like that, just like if you express that you're sorry or that you're, repenting of something or whatever, but you don't give an excuse or you don't give anything additional that's usually expected, they have an issue with it. Same way that if you say, look, I don't hate you, but I don't especially like you. People have issues. Sometimes people have more issue with that than if you say you hate them and it's because of it's because expectations versus reality. It's an expected behavior for you to express hatred for somebody if you don't like them. Instead of, yes, indifference is more powerful than bitter hatred. Absolutely, because bitter hatred requires energy, extra energy at that. Indifference, I don't got to spend no amount of energy on you. I just have to leave you alone. And some people, if you really want to know how certain folk feel about you, leave them alone for a little bit.
Let's see.
I was always told, if you want to know how somebody really feels about you, tell them no a couple times.
Oh yeah.
And see how they respond.
Something else here. I agree. People should be held accountable for their actions. It's just that social media makes the whole process harder.
I think that's the one I read.
Tone and tag. You said that?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear you say it, bro. That's probably why I was doing my work text.
Yo.
Sorry about that, y'all. I got distracted by some stuff at work.
Your antennas. It's okay. He got to keep up with the flock. But but it's very true. It's very true. You dropping jewels today, man, because it's true. Indifference is way more powerful than the bitter hatred. I know we've both been in situations where somebody really just wants you to hate them, and it's like, I got no issues with you. Because here's the thing. Hatred will make you leave the room when somebody else come in that you don't like. Hatred will make you change your schedule at work because you don't want to run into somebody at work that you don't like. Hatred will make you not go to the store when you need something essential because they might be in the store that you at. Hatred will make you change, like if you're a person who goes to a church. Hatred will make you change churches just because there's some folk in there you don't like. Basically what I'm saying, hatred will force you out of a comfortable space because somebody else is occupying that space, not necessarily bothering you, not necessarily impeding you, not necessarily stopping you from being there, but just because they exist. Hatred will dictate to you that you can't be in that space, that you can't be there, that you gotta move, or on the other side, you gotta make them move. Both of those require what? Energy. It requires extra energy for you to do that when you could just sit there and not be bothered at all. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna either accept it or they'll get mad and they'll leave.
Yeah. I mean, basically,
that's true. Look, man.
It's one thing to let somebody live rent free in your head.
Yes.
It's another thing for you to live rent free in theirs.
Let's see. GoSan246 said, hatred will make you legit sick. When I'm angry or depressed over someone, I get blisters all over my mouth. My breathing gets worse. I can barely sleep. Hatred kills you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I had a teacher one time when I was a kid who told me, it's like, did you know that if you get angry enough, you can actually up your blood pressure and you can run your heart to where you have a heart attack and die? Bro, I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, so like hearing anything like anger causes death, I'm just like, what? It's like, yeah, you can get angry, you can die. It's like,
That makes sense.
gee, I ain't about to do that no more. You know what I mean? But
You have
it's
a stroke
true.
too,
Yeah, it's very true.
which can also possibly
Stress,
kill you.
because it becomes a form of stress. It becomes a form of overwhelming emotions can cause you to physically manifest issues. It can literally kill you. It is a corrosive emotion.
Mhm.
That's why it's not good to have feelings like that in excess. It's bad for you.
Hate and jealousy,
One thing I always used to hear is, if you got to forgive somebody, you don't have to forgive them for them. Forgive them for yourself. Forgive them for the sake of your own peace of mind.
I say that when it comes to getting back at people. I'm just
Yeah.
like, don't try to get even with somebody just because it'll make you feel better. If anything, especially if you claim to be somebody that's like religious,
Mhm.
Whatever institution you've decided controls that, whether it be God, karma, or whatever you want to call it, if you believe in those basic structures, you wouldn't want to do that, because not only does that go against what you believe, but also that will ultimately lead to it coming back around on you.
Yes.
And for that reason alone, it's kind of a selfish reason when you think about it, but it still provides two things.
Mhm.
One, it prevents you from doing something to someone else,
Mhm.
and by two, it encourages you to actually be the better person.
Yes. And
Because fear is a great motivator.
yeah,
Fear and money make
fear,
people do things that they wouldn't otherwise do.
Look, and you can even use pride in a different way. Sometimes pride can be used in this way. Don't let anybody knock you off your square that's not worth it. If you feel like they aren't worth your time, prove it. If they're not worth your time, they shouldn't knock you off your square. They shouldn't make you angry. They shouldn't make you have to act out just because they exist. Remind them that they exist in your space, not you in theirs. You can change the atmosphere of things like that with how you think and how you approach situations. You can shift the atmosphere with that. You just have to be mindful of it, and you have to be careful to guard your own energy while you're doing it. You can act in a certain way and carry yourself in a certain way that tells them you're not bothered by that.
Right. And, because pride is another one of those words
Mm-hmm.
that it can be misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
Pride is similar to proud, has to do with self-esteem. And so
A sense of spirituality goes a long way without. Okay, GoSan says, sense of spirituality goes a long way helping you with it. Not necessarily religion, but a sense of self-importance, of belonging in this life, of inner peace that can do wonders for your mind. That's what I do. I feel that.
basically, I'm along the same wavelength,
Mhm.
Ghost, because I'm definitely not what I would consider a religious person.
Right.
But
It's funny. I literally just scrolled past this girl's picture who said, access to my energy is a privilege. Bro, if that's not what we literally talking about, and that's why I say the phrase, I don't hate you, but I don't like you.
look, like I've said before, just because you view me as your friend does not mean I view you as mine.
Right.
That ain't me being a dick or anything.
No,
What it is that,
it's just the truth.
just like with anything in life, people don't always mutually connect the same. Like, we don't always get the same thing out of each other when we first meet or interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That also goes with love and a bunch of other stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Because somebody could love you in a way that you might not love them.
Yeah. That's another one. Look, what was that old phrase? that it said in what was it? Was that in Proud Family? Where it said it said to love your neighbor and ain't say a thing about liking them. Because it's true. I can love you with the love. Look, I heard somebody say you owe nothing to no man but to love them. And literally what that means is that it's not necessarily a love like, oh my God, I love you, I'm huggy and lovey-dovey with you. It's that I respect your right to exist as a person.
Which basically dwindles down to I respect you.
You, yes. I respect your right to exist and your right to have an opinion and the things that make you human, just like me. I love you to that extent because you exist in this world same as me. But that does not mean that I have to like you.
Yeah, because you can respect the person and not like them.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're of the variety that you don't, I don't know. I don't know your story because I was raised to respect people, right? Which means that I don't have to be friends with somebody for me to show any type of positivity toward them. Mm-hmm. And I also don't have to be antisocial to anybody who isn't.
Mm-hmm. I feel that because that's really true. Your peace of mind comes first. Your mentality comes first. Your inner positivity comes first. Your mental health comes first.
Oh, that reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
It made me think about what I told you I was going to bring up.
Oh, yeah.
In this day and age, I see a lot of posts and comments about people not getting along with their families. Mm-hmm. And, basically how they don't have to tolerate their families.
Okay.
And they can cut their family members off and all this other type of stuff.
Woo!
And that's cool.
Yeah.
Some of us, especially in the Black community, had more dysfunctional families and traumas than some of us.
Right.
Some of us lived through and made it over those hills. Some of us weren't able to.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Some of us are still climbing. I mean, it's just the truth.
Yeah. And, that's the thing. I can never fault another person for how they choose to interact with their family. Mm-hmm. For the longest, to me, it was just always weird because I was just like, man, the way I was raised that you're supposed to love family. That don't mean you allow them to do anything.
No, but you just love them for the fact that they are blood.
Yeah, they're the people who literally were built into your life to be somewhat. They're like your first friends.
Yeah, they're connected to you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was anybody that you should be able to count on first,
it should be your family. Yes. I'm going to be right back. You go ahead, carry on. I'll be right back.
All right, y'all. I'm manning the ship. Nero pulling a Nero.
Bro, leave me alone.
But, anywho, that's the thing, man. I'm glad that you brought up spirituality, Ghost. Upbringings matter. People from the old school love saying, oh, these kids these days, they ain't raised right. Well, if you from Generation X, this is probably your fault. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Now, if you come before that, like boomers, here's the thing. Times have changed. People's expectations have changed. People's feelings have changed. There are still some things, even in this modern day, that I don't understand about the modern generation, the millennials and Gen Z. There's certain opinions that I don't agree with that are modern day, 21st century thoughts and opinions. But even with that being said, at the end of the day, your first impression of how to be as a person comes from your parents who raised you and how you were raised. And so some of us, like I said, some of our mechanisms that control how we like or dislike a person start right there. The first person you probably didn't like probably was a relative, even if it was something as small as not being able to get that toy or eat that cereal. It starts somewhere. Now, mind you, that's something small and trivial, but my point is that there are origins to all these things. Sometimes you just got to ask yourself, like, do any of y'all, like, remember, without going into too much detail, who was, like, the first, or not who? Do you remember, like, what age you was where you might have ran into like the first person you hated, your first bully or whatever? Because most people had bullies growing up, and it's easy to hate bullies. So think about your first bully if you had one. If you didn't, can you think about the first person you genuinely hated? Was it a family member? Was it somebody at school? There's a thought.
I was kind of listening in the background. But yeah, man, I think I could say for me, man, I don't even know who the first person was that I hated.
Just think to the earliest thought you can think of, bro.
I mean, yeah, we had bullies and stuff like that. I mean, and honestly, let's see. Gosan said, I was very fortunate to have a loving mom and dad, but my mom had huge issues with her side of the family, and she still feels the duty to take care of them, even though they dismiss her most of the time. You do what you think is right for you. It's a matter of perspective. Very true. I agree with that 100%, because sometimes you do feel that way. For me, man, there was some moments back in school, because I had, a few different bullies, different people who thought they was going to say something, do something to me. And yeah, I used to feel like, man, like, especially in middle school, because middle school kids are trash. Look, I'm like, man, I hate this dude. I don't like this person, blah, blah, blah. You feeling some type of way on the highest level. And you just like, man, freaking hate this person. When really, it wasn't that you hated them. You just really didn't like them, and you didn't want them all up in your business, And the truth of the matter is, you really would. You'd spend every day of every week looking funny at them the whole time. They look in your direction. You ready to get mad and get frustrated and everything. If y'all got to be in the same class together, you don't want to be in the same group. You got to sit way over there and they got to sit way over here. It's all that extra. It's all that extra just because y'all got static with each other. Y'all got static with each other as a result of one of you disrespecting the other and vice versa. You haven't worked that stuff out, and that makes sense. It's not okay, but it makes sense when you're young. When you really don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? As they say, you don't really don't know nothing about the world and you're really not in it like that. But when you get older and you're a full grown adult and you're doing that, bruh, no. Like, that's an instantaneous no. You know what I'm saying? That's not all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. Don't be acting like that. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's literally something that doesn't make sense to me. If you're a grown adult, if I'm a grown adult and you're a grown adult and we're having this experience of life and we happen to be in the same space for one reason or another, and you decide that you want to have an issue with me, or I decide that I want to have an issue with you, if we can't resolve it, then guess what? I'm just not going to deal with you. I'm not about to sit there and drag this thing out to where, I hate you and you hate me. You know what I'm saying? What use is that? What's that going to do for anybody? You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to do nothing for me. What am I going to do? Wish ill on you, on your life and your family and everything that you have? Am I going to sit here? Like, because I had to catch myself a couple moments where I was like, am I going to think ill of this person or feel good if something bad happens to them? Or something bad happens to their family? Is that okay? It's like, no, it's not. Let's see. Ghost Hand said, kids don't have a very good sense of emotion. That's why they lash out and bully so easily. They don't have the concept because of cause and consequence. Yeah, because that's the time in your life where you're learning that. You're learning role assignment. You're learning how to exist within a group of your peers. You're learning how to adjust to these different things in life. And if you don't apply these lessons, you will never get better. You will never, ever get better.
True. That's true.
Yeah. So, it's understandable the kids feel some type of way like that because they're in the learning stage. It's just when you're a grown adult, when you already should be knowing this stuff, you already should be kind of getting the hang of these things.
That's why I say common sense ain't common.
No.
I honestly think it's a silly term, low key, but
it's what you call an oxymoron.
Yeah.
It honestly is.
Yeah. I agree.
It's just, I don't know, man. You know, it's definitely one of those things where you should practice a bit of maturity when it comes to some of these things. Sure. And I think that's another thing we need to dispel. People are so willing to be petty. People are so willing to be toxic. People are so willing to be all these other things because they want to express, you know, something that their little id in the back of their head is telling them to do. Because now we're in the age where all of that is okay. So you want to open the floodgates. No,
Right.
we need to re-normalize. I don't even know if it ever was normalized, but if it wasn't, we need to normalize exercising mature thought and behavior.
Well, in order to do that, you know, what we'd actually have to normalize is a thing that we already talked about: self-control.
Yes.
And see, at that point, we're not just talking about men in self-control; we're talking about women as well. So we're talking about people in self-control, because the core element of maturity is self-control.
Absolutely. Because one of the things that stress you out about it. Okay, Ghost Hand said, I gotta be going, fellas. You two have a blessed rest of the week. See you guys next time. Absolutely, man.
Thank you, Bowie. We'll be back on Thursday
Yep.
evening,
Same
same place.
We might be and my brother over here might be leading the Saturday discussions. That'll be around 8:00. You'll see it on the Twitch schedule. I'll
Yeah.
make sure that those are
I'll
updated.
be posting. It'll probably just be primarily me. Nero may drop in. I'm gonna do my own solo thing.
Yep.
It won't be too long. Just a little drop in, talk to y'all for a minute.
But we absolutely appreciate you being here, man. You dropped a whole lot of good points, man.
Appreciate
You
it.
dropping bars in here, man. We might have to invite you on one day if you so desire. But yeah, man, you know, it's definitely one of those things where you really gotta determine, when do you want to start being an adult about certain situations? You know, how long does it take to decide to be an adult about certain situations? And if you don't want to do it now in your 20s, you're going to wait till your 30s, you're going to wait till your 40s, you're going to wait till your 50, you're going to wait till your 60 and 70 if you make it that way, or even your 80s, God willing. You know, there shouldn't be a waiting period on you carrying yourself in a mature fashion.
True.
Once you learn how to do that, you should already be trying to apply it. Yeah, you're not going to do it perfectly all the time, but it's something that you should apply. Like I said, you die daily to it. You die daily to these negative things. You die daily to these different attitudes. It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
A crucial part.
Yes, absolutely. But since the numbers are dwindling down, we do appreciate y'all being on here. This is the Black in a Minute podcast.
Thank you very much.
Popping in yet another session.
Glad to be back to regular scheduling and programming.
Yes, sir.
My
man's back from his vacation. You know,
I am back.
he ain't a hot boy no more.
Foolish.
You know I had to do it.
Foolish.
You know I had to do it. I had to do it.
With that being said, though, y'all, once again, we want to remind you of a few things before we close out.
Yes, sir.
We are now streaming on Twitch. Woo. For those who are not paying attention, living under a rock, just tuning in.
We
One.
on Twitch.
Number 2, we got merch. Shirts.
Let me actually.
We got t-shirts.
Pin that mug.
There will be links to all this stuff in the description too as well. Nero's going to be putting some of the stuff in the chat right now for those of y'all who are live with us right now. We got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got hoodies. We got stickers on there.
It should be pinned on the top if you see it.
There will also be
You should see it.
some I'm thinking like water bottles and stuff like that, since it's still the summertime and y'all know y'all hot.
Look, man, it's been super hot. I'm sorry for anybody that's been out. Look, was anybody out when that rainstorm hit? Bruh, I was trying to pump gas in that.
That thunder,
dog.
The thunder. Anybody who lives in the southern Indiana area, tri-state.
I literally changed my outfit because of that. Because my pants are soggy, man. I ain't trying to go
thunder
out like
was
that.
extra loud, and
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't heard loud thunder like that at least here in a minute.
Hit like a brick, didn't it?
I thought the power was gonna go out at work. I was
Oh.
like, man, please don't let the power go out at work. I'm
This
almost
ain't
off.
it. Right.
Also, y'all, once again, we have a Facebook group. Most of y'all are on Facebook. Go on there, look us up.
Let me hit that up.
Links to all of these things that we are currently talking about all exist at one place.
Yep.
And that is
Main
our
hub.
flow page, our main hub.
Yep. Now give you everything.
That'll give you everything. That'll give you the merch. That'll give you the Twitch, the YouTube, the Facebook. That will also give you the Cash App, the PayPal.
Yeah.
And it also gives you the audio podcast for those of y'all who either want a refresher or
Mhm.
those of y'all who got friends or can't always tune into the live stream.
Yep.
Because the audio pod is usually about 30 minutes or so. It's not that
Yep.
long.
You ain't got it. You ain't got to.
You ain't gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Yep, you can play it in the background while you at the gym, while you in the car.
Right. Speaking of such, with that being said, which one do y'all prefer more? Do y'all prefer the live streams or the audio pod? Because I'm actually curious. I'm actually curious about that. We ain't gonna judge you for either answer. We just really curious. You know what I mean?
We may put a poll up as well.
Yeah. Which we can do polls now.
Yeah.
We got to figure out how to do that.
But that'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
Just
But
give it
yeah,
like a week
man.
or two.
Smash up them likes. Give us some donations. I ain't got nothing to crumple up. Donations.
I was gonna say no, you don't.
Donations. Donations.
You hear him?
Donations.
We need your monies.
And gifts.
Yes.
Look. Cause look, this stuff don't run on air. Look.
Nope.
Times is hard.
And these videos ain't monetized.
And COVID been making everything more expensive.
We not famous yet, so we need all the funds we can get to keep pushing out the podcast, giving y'all this content,
Yes, sir.
taking the time out of our days to produce
Yes,
this. And it's only gonna get better in time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sometime this month, later toward the end of the month, we're looking at putting on our first guest.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of people request, so please understand if we haven't gotten to you yet, that is why.
Yep.
We already had a tentative list before we really even started getting requests.
Yeah.
There's
We had a list.
yeah, so just sit back, relax, wait your turn.
Yep.
Um,
Also, if we're able to get it done now, because I think it'll be a lot easier with this, maybe we can get the round table started. Don't put a pin on that. I don't know yet because I don't know what all this will allow. But if we can, maybe we can get the round table started and we can start discussing things that apply to both men and women.
because we do want to have some conversations with all genders as well.
Yep. We trying to, because we ain't trying to just be out here and be some two judgmental brothers and be like, well, this is how I feel about it. No.
Personally, I don't care to be judgmental.
It ain't worth it. It ain't worth time, ain't worth the energy, and ain't worth the hate that you're gonna get as a result of it. So yeah. But yes. Also, other subjects are going to be covered either in solo pods between me and him or in these main streams and or episodes. So yes, your ideas will be considered. They will be brought to the forefront for the rest of the family to discuss, because y'all are family now. And if you didn't know you was family, well, welcome to the family. You stuck with us now.
Also,
Make sure not to bring a crappy dish to Thanksgiving. All right,
I don't know why he said that.
because it's true.
Nero,
Don't be the
Nero,
one who brings. Don't be the one who brings the plastic plates and the cheap drinks to Thanksgiving and other outings. You know who you are.
something more important that I'm surprised Nero didn't share with y'all is that this gentleman has an event coming up. Can you tell him about the event, sir?
Yes. We've been doing a thing called the Summer Series. We had one on the 18th of this past month, and then July 30th of this month will be the next one coming up. Let me go ahead and get that young event. Each event has different artists on there. We will be performing on the rooftop of the Arts Council building. So that'll be something definitely dope. So you're gonna get different vibes every time. So it's definitely something that you'll want to get into and want to check out. Our last one was very fun, but this one I know can be absolutely better. It's a little way to take your mind off the heat and everything that's going on, man. Look, it'll definitely be something that'll help you get your mind right for the summer.
Who's performing?
In this one, it's gonna be King Black. It's gonna also be King Black, Stoney Dutchins, who's actually from out of town. Myself, also Julian Washington, who also goes by Arrow. He does music now. He does comedy. Yeah, he does comedy and music. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? So it might just be us this time. I'll get the lineup set up for the next one because I try to work on these like a show early. So yeah, we're gonna be out here, man. So if you are in the Evansville area or close enough by, man, please come through, check us out, man. It's gonna be called the Summer Series, July Waves. That's what this was called. And hopefully y'all can suggest some cool top like titles for these things because sometimes I kind of suck at it. So I wouldn't say I suck at it, but for real, I be forgetting. I don't be good at doing that. But there's the link to that on Facebook for those who are on Facebook. But yeah, absolutely. There should look coming soon. There will be a little something from this brother right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get him on there.
Eventually.
Absolutely.
But we ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer.
No.
We do want to thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, we up to 1 hour and 26. So yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. We do appreciate y'all for joining us for what has been the Black in a Minute podcast live stream.
Thank you so much.
As we work to upgrade things for y'all, as Nero already said, we love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, be safe.
Yes, indeed.
Make a lot of money.
Try to.
Remember, you don't have to hate them.
Just ain't gotta like.
You ain't gotta like me.
And I know a lot of us who are in the customer service business regime understand that phrase perfectly. Because there are a lot of folk you might want to hate, but it ain't worth the energy. Trust me, it's not.
Don't waste it. Control the controllables.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna leave y'all with.
Control the controllables. I appreciate that.
Nero, you got anything else you want to say?
Really just learn to look out for yourself and your own mental health. It's not selfish for you to care about yourself.
Nope.
It's only selfish for you to care about yourself in a way that negatively affects others. Always be mindful of yourself. That's important. Because if you can't do anything, you can't do anything for anybody else if you don't get yourself right. So, yes.
Agreed.
Don't be selfish, but care about yourself for the purpose. All right. Peace out. Oh, once again, I've been Nero Angelo.
And I go by the Dark King Poet. That's dark skin with a G on the end.
Ah, dang it. I was trying to.
I didn't know you was going to say I didn't know you was doing that, y'all. I ain't know. But
this one. But yeah, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Peace out.
Power.